Hi, I'm Ali. When my husband Paul was made redundant from his job, I decided to take time off as well, to fulfil our dream of sailing and exploring the east coast of Australia.
The adventure has only just begun and you can join us. We're the Lobbies, that's our boat Cat Scuttlebutt, and together we're sailing champagne on ice. Hit the subscribe button to see our weekly clips. Travelling and exploring by sailing boat can give you a vast sense of freedom. The ability to move our floating home by wind power and then anchor wherever we choose allows us to visit remote and unspoilt places with few or no other people around. It's the ultimate in free camping, taking everything we need to be comfortable and happy.
We're sailing 1,000 nautical miles, or just under 2,000 kilometres from Newcastle in New South Wales to Queensland's Whitsunday Islands, and we're gradually closing in on our destination.
This time we're sailing from the Keppel Islands off Rockhampton north to Pearl Bay, stopping at the famous Middle Percy Yacht Club, then on to Scawfell and Shore Islands at the southern end of the Whitsundays.
Pearl Bay lives up to its name as it's one of the prettiest anchorages on the coast, with a sandy beach and steep wooded hills, and is a well-placed stop-off after leaving the Keppels.
The sea had stacked up on our way to Pearl, and when we rounded the headland, champagne was surfing the swells in through the narrow pass towards the beach. Once inside, we found ourselves beautifully sheltered from the swell. How do you feel about arriving here at Pearl Bay?
Oh my, this is the most beautiful spot. We are surrounded by gorgeous beaches. We've got islands to the north. It's so protected, it's stunning, and it's got turtles!
And all to ourselves.
And no other boats.
Pearl Bay is part of the Army's Shoalwater Bay training area, and Alison thought it'd be a good idea to give our boat Cat Scuttles some training. And go ashore for a walk on the beach, but being the homebody she is, Scuttles was a reluctant recruit.
To our little crewmate's relief, the landing barge returned to the boat, the unwelcome interruption over. But the humans went ashore again, exploring this beautiful beach with its interesting coloured rocks and patches of black sand.
Back on board, Alison was going fully domestic, perfecting her sourdough baking skills and doing some sewing. Alison's doing some repair work to one of our hatch covers today, and is that not the cutest little sewing machine you have ever seen? How does it work, darling?
You can either do it handheld or desk, which I've got desktop.
It's so cute. Job's done. A spectacular sunset rounded out our stay at Pearl Bay. Early next morning we were off again in a lovely breeze, and when you're sailing up the coast you can mark your progress by arriving on the pages of the next cruising guide. So darling, what book have you opened now?
The beautiful Magic Miles! We're almost there! Yippee!
The sails were full, pushing us towards a place we'd heard about for years, Middle Percy Island, home of the Percy Hilton, an A-frame structure filled with decades of memorabilia left by boaties who'd stopped by to enjoy this little palm tree-lined beach and its quirky attraction.
We'd intended to leave a memento of our own the next day, but the bay was so rolly we upped anchor early and continued sailing, cutting our visit short. Something you often have to do in this cruising life is to work with Mother Nature.
With strong wind and rising swell forecasts for the next few days, we headed for the shelter of Refuge Bay at Scawfell Island, about 100 k's north of the Percys off Mackay, and were instantly blown away, sailing in past the towering jungle-clad cliffs and peaks.
The next day the wind really blew in hard as expected, and despite a few bullets or strong gusts whistling down from the saddle in the hill, we were comfortable.
Scuddles wasn't fazed by the gale outside, and Alison continued her sourdough practice, getting better each time. Look at that. I took the chance to kayak ashore, exploring the fossils in the rocks and the National Park's campsite, as well as these interesting boulders. I dubbed this one Shark's Head Rock and this one Lips Rock. We spent several days sheltering at this most beautiful island.
Here are the top stories on ABC News. The Weather Bureau is predicting more heavy rain along parts of the New South Wales coast today.
While the wild weather raged at home, we got enough of a break to make a run further north. But the same huge weather system that was flooding Sydney was dumping rain on North Queensland as well, and we were pinned down in the gloom at Shaw Island in the Lindeman group.
Well, once again, the tropical weather has closed in on us here in the Whitsundays. You wouldn't believe, but how cold is it today, darling?
Well, according to the Bible, it's 16 degrees in Newcastle and only 13 here in the Whitsundays.
We've actually got our thermals out again and all our jumpers.
No hair rug.
It's been raining now for about a week too, so the boat is getting quite moist inside with condensation. We've got our portable generator running because we haven't been able to generate any solar power.
Yep, Scuddles is waiting for us to sit down to have another cuddle because she's cold.
Scuddles, there she is. So, yep, we're just dealing with another cold day here in the Whitsundays. We're not complaining because we are in a beautiful tropical place.
True.
And hopefully...
Still turtles.
There's still turtles. Hopefully the sun, though, will come out soon.
It's freezing.
I say rock to the rhythm, don't stop. Cause get a funk's got beat, short shot. I say rock to the rhythm, don't stop. Get a funk got beat, short shot. I say rock to the rhythm, don't stop. Cause get a funk's got beat, short shot. I say rock to the rhythm, don't stop. Get a funk got beat, short shot.
Next time, the sun comes out and we enjoy some tropical sailing to the heart of the Whitsundays. We visit Airlie Beach, the drinking town with a sailing problem, and begin exploring the more than 100 tropical islands of the region.